Last time we spoke about the process to get your product where it is today through certification, CE marking, UL, or whichever standards you need. In that dialogue, or monologue in my case, I spoke about how we'll help you with your manuals as well. Each of the standards is going to have particular requirements that need to be included in the manuals. Just let's talk generically. Typically, you're going to need to put all the information about your company. You're going to reproduce any warning labels that are on your product into the manual, spare parts, how to install the equipment, its weight, power requirements, any other requirements for facilities. And the thing that's most crucial to think about from a product safety, liability, and ease of use standpoint is warnings that go in the manuals. So all of the standards we use, UL, CE, IEC, all of them, point to different standards which show what should be in the manuals. In this case, I'm going to talk about UL and IEC 60204. That's the industrial standard for the safety of electrical within industrial equipment. So that points to other standards, in this case IEC 82079, which talks about the preparation of instructions for use and the content in there and the requirements. That's also fairly well harmonized with the US standard ANSI Z535.6, which is product safety information in product manuals, instruction, and other collateral materials. So each standards body, and typically each standard, points to these two other standards, instructing you on how to organize your manuals and what needs to be in them. And I would suggest, if possible, having a tech writer do that work for you. If you need somebody, we do have a couple sources that we use for that. But generally what we do for most clients is we provide them the boilerplate that is specific for their equipment that needs to be in the manual to get their product certified and to market. And even in some cases, if you're in an extreme hurry to get your product to market, we provide that as an addendum. You put that in the front of your manual and ship your equipment and you're ready to go. And then later you can enhance your manual by incorporating all that in there. But this talk is specifically about how to structure warnings and how you communicate those hazards. So here's how the warnings, how the structure goes for warnings and risks. First, you're going to have a warning icon, and then you're going to have a warning word. You have three warning words: caution, warning, and danger. So danger is something that's imminently hazardous, and I use the example of, let's say there's a handle that if I turn this handle, it's going to spray molten metal into this room. You would want to put danger on that. Danger, do not open this handle when that is full of molten metal, right? Warning is, if you do this and some other action happens, you're probably going to get injured. And caution is, there's a risk. If you do this and something else happens, then maybe there's a third thing that happens that will result in an injury or a loss. Caution being the lowest, danger being the highest. Then you're going to have a risk word. What is the risk? Molten metal, fire, electrical shock, laser radiation, whatever the other hazard is. And then you're going to talk about the risk. So you're going to say laser radiation, UV and IR radiation, or in the molten metal case, 800 pounds of molten metal will come out of this spout. I know that's an extreme example, but I love that. So then you talk about how to avoid it. So in the case of the molten metal, let's don't open this valve. Do not open this valve when the vat is full of molten metal. In the case of a laser, do not open the enclosure or do not put reflective material in the enclosure. And then the final section is what the potential negative outcomes would be. So again, the crazy molten metal thing. Well, if you open this valve and spill molten metal in the room and fill it up, it's going to catch fire. There's going to be, people are going to get burned if they don't get away quick enough. They'll probably get burned. The structure is probably going to catch on fire. However, if you were in a place that was designed for managing molten metal, you could it probably wouldn't catch fire. But you've got that thermal hazard. So you would talk about, those potential outcomes that may result in loss of the facility, injury, loss of life, and let's say it was some kind of toxic gas. It might release into the atmosphere, and it might cause hazard downwind. In the case of the laser, it might burn your skin, you might have an eye injury or damage, or, you're getting the sense, I hope, about this. So for each of the hazards we identify for your product, you need to go through, and we'll help you do that, or you can do it yourself with this information, and include that structure. The warning icon, the warning word, so the icons, and then the warning word, caution, warning, danger, and then the risk, fire, risk avoidance, and then potential negative outcomes. So that's how you would structure your manual for warnings for hazards for your product. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you here next time. And try and stay warm. It is really cold here in Austin today. Take care. Have a great day.